In a flop house, 3 stoners.
A flop house.
He said a flop house, right?
He's at a flop house.
The fuck is a flop house?
I don't even know.
I don't think that's real, is it?
I thought a flop house was like where prostitutes lived. I thought that's what a flop house was.
That's an actual thing?
I thought so.
That's real?
What
Maybe.
they found
Oh.
is something.
Maybe I made that up.
Flop house?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
It's the item you've been waiting for.
Bong. It's evil.
Tommy
One
Chong.
hit, and she gives you your dreams.
Man, everything.
Yo, this trailer
Everything in the trailer.
is fucking terrible.
But in this world,
This trailer's a giant piece of shit.
die.
Yeah.
Like
It's got
I
cartoon sound effects though.
and it's crazy, like I don't mind this movie.
One thing is
Yeah.
for certain.
It's not a great
She'll
movie.
give you the munchies.
She'll give you the money.
I don't think that ever I never saw a single person eat in this movie.
Nah.
This summer,
He's in the trailer?
let's
Ooga
get
Booga's in the
big.
trailer. I'm
Why is that
lost.
racist little fuck in the trailer?
I'm so lost on that guy.
Evil Bong.
All right, give me I'm watching the television program and then the intro video, and then we'll just go into it.
Program.
Girl, I'm nuts for your guns, girl, I'm nuts for your guns. I don't know what I do if I couldn't cut into you. I'm in love with you, and what that entails is me ripping myself up like the mummy with your entrails. Cause I'm nuts for your guns, girl, I'm nuts for your guns. I don't know what I do if I couldn't cut into you. Hello everyone, Caleb here. I got James right next to me.
Howdy.
I got Tough Guy right here in the back. And we are doing Evil Bong today from, what was it, 2006? Evil Bong from 2006.
That's correct.
The 235th full moon movie.
235.
They'd already done so many by 2005.
Fucking wild, right?
And I'm sure, like, most of them, like, 90% are Charles Band.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, say what you will about it, and we will say some shit about him, and, gonna talk some shit, but I'm also gonna give praise where praise is due. The guy makes a lot of fucking movies.
Makes a lot of movies.
Makes a lot of movies. If you guys don't know, though, you can watch this episode on YouTube. So if you're into video podcasts, and we do have some good production over here, you know,
We're trying.
We have chairs, you know, we have beer in between us and a cooler. And
trying.
then Tough Guys in the back, you know, like
We got a
pulling things
producer.
up for us. You know, we got a producer, all that. Pepper's in here in between us. We have multiple camera angles.
We got a pepper.
So if you're into that, you can go to YouTube, just search Horse Soup, and you'll find the channel. It's just called Horse Soup. Look for the episode. Look for all the other episodes. We're doing them weekly now, and we've been doing it for the past few months now. We're going to keep doing them weekly, and I have to burp. Say something.
Yeah, he's going to burp. I'm really excited to talk about Evil Bong.
I am too, but before we do that, we're going to thank a few Patreons.
I love Patreons.
I love them too. They keep the show going. They help us fund things. They help us get stuff done, and, we love them.
Yeah.
We love them. So first off, we have TJ Lawrence. Thank you so much, TJ Lawrence. TJ. That stands for Tijuana. I don't know what to say about TJ.
All right, next up is Molly K.
Ringwald. Molly Ringwald.
K.
Oh, I think
Shout
I know,
out.
I think I
Molly
know
K.
Molly K, if that is who I think it is.
Well, hey, don't be a piece of shit.
Molly Ringwald. Thank you, Molly Ringwald. And thank you to Savannah. Thank you, everyone. Those are all new donators. They all donate on patreon.com/horrorsoup, where we do bonus episodes. We thank people and a bunch of stuff. We do like 10 bonus episodes a month, probably. So go check those out. Video, audio, all that fun stuff. But without further ado, we're going to get... What? Don't... You threw me off. Okay, without further ado, I thought you were going to say something. Without further ado,
Butt stuff.
Evil Bong from 2006. All right, so this was written by Dominic. Okay, I'm not going to say this last name real quick. I looked up the pronunciation.
Oh boy.
So I'm just going to do that. It's not like long. I just can't. I could do it after I see it, but I can't remember it. It's my volume's down. I pressed the button right now and it didn't do anything because my volume's all the way down. Mirror. It's just spelled M-U-I-R, so I was like,
Mirror.
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 Mirror. It
It sounds kind of like meh kind of thing, but
It's Thor's hammer.
Dominic Muir, who his first writing credit is Critters from 1986,
Oh, okay.
and he was also credited as one of the 2 writers on the first Ginger Dead Man.
Okay.
So it seems like he's kind of like a creator in this Evil
Yeah,
Bong like Ginger
in
Dead Man kind of thing.
he's around the universe a bit.
Unfortunately, though, he passed away at the age of 48 in 2010.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
R.I.P..
Good 12 years ago, too, which is crazy.
Damn.
He's credited as a writer on like all of the Evil Bongs, though, until his passing. Even a few after. He has credits for movies after, so I think, they were just going in on movies like the Full Moon production crew does.
Yeah.
I think he was just going
That's
in
what
because
they
I
do.
saw a bunch of like credits postpartum, so.
Crazy.
Postpartum.
Mortem.
I'm aware of my mistake after the fact. He had postpartum depression and caused some issues, but on a serious note, though, rest in peace to Dominic.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't know. Like, even though, you say what you will about the Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man movies, kind of iconic, man. And the first one's Gary Busey. Evil Bong, I do kind of hold this movie a little close to my heart. I actually thought it was more popular than it is, but looking into it, I don't even think it's that popular. I think they just keep making them.
Yeah. I think they just keep making them.
You can say that about all Full Moon feature movies, though, right?
Exactly.
Though, right? To be completely fair.
It's like if Charles Band has the idea that something could possibly have a sequel, it's gonna have a sequel.
100%. I mean, he just thinks of the most simple concepts, and he goes, that's it, and that's it.
You know what? More power to you.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with it, I guess. I don't know. Sure.
That line of thinking, sure.
Sure, yeah, he makes things, and...
There's other decisions that I
cool,
don't necessarily agree with, but we'll get there.
No. I mean, Ooga Booga's in this, and I don't agree with that.
I don't know why anyone would.
I don't know why he's in there. And was he wasn't jerking off too, was he?
Yep,
He was?
definitely.
You said that, and I remember seeing him smoking a joint.
He is definitely jerking
He comes
off
back
the next
jerking
time.
off?
Yep.
Okay. I think I looked away a little bit the next time he came up on screen.
Yeah. Whenever she pulls out goth boobs and he goes, goth boobs, huh? He starts jerking off.
Okay, yeah. So Charles Band directed this, obviously, and he said that this was funded by overseas. I really think that's all I can say about it for security purposes. I don't know if we can go that much farther into it, but if you want his
God.
explanation, you can get this information and much more from the Full Moon Roadshow. It's a special features on the Evil Bong DVD. I'm sure it's probably on YouTube or somewhere else. I didn't look around.
Yeah.
But we found it on the Evil Bong DVD, and oh boy, there was a lot. We need to talk about Alex Band.
Oh.
There's a lot we need to say about Alex Band.
Are we going to do this right now?
Well, I can only play a few seconds of this song, but let me just say something. This right here is Charles Band's son. Where is the part? Will this show me like the lyrics real time? Well, that's like a little piece of the song. Let me see if I could get back to the...
Go wherever you will go.
yeah, I need to
That's
find...
the one.
Okay.
The one that we all thought was like Creed or Daughtry or
Yes.
anyone but this child.
Yes.
Which I guess he's not a child. He's older than me.
That song.
That song.
I'm sure you've all heard this song. I'm sure you know what it is. And that's Charles Band's son.
What the fuck?
And also, yeah, what's the band called again? No Calling. The Calling.
The Calling.
The Calling. We're watching this thing because at this Full Moon Roadshow, all of a sudden this guy just pops out and we can see that like it's his son. It's Charles Band's son.
Yeah.
And we just think like, okay, he's doing a cover of that one song. Because at first we're like, okay, what's he going to sing? And he starts singing, and we're like, oh, what the hell?
We're like,
this is
oh
crazy.
yeah, it's that song.
And then we're like, it sounds like pretty like accurate, but at the same time, we're still just joking around because honestly, I think anyone can sing that song.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And then James looks it up.
It's his fucking song.
It's his song. That was the whole thing, because at first we were like, oh, that's not his song. And then we saw that, and then we were like, oh, wait, and this is Charles Band's son? Like, it has to be, right?
Right. We're trying to put all these pieces together.
But, like, it has to be, because why wouldn't it be? Like,
why else would he be on here?
He's there, and then you look it up, and yeah, that's his song. They're like I guess they had a few hits, not like a one-hit wonder. That album seemed to be like a pretty decent hit.
Yeah, fairly big.
But that's Charles Band's son.
That's Charles Band's son. And then fast forward
Oh, you're talking about when he got kidnapped?
And he got kidnapped?
Well, because I'm just looking into things, and this is like crazy. This actually sounds like it sucked. Like a very bad
oh,
situation.
yeah, shitty situation.
Like a very
big
bad
time.
situation. It was just crazy how
But
we
just
started
crazy
looking
that
all
we
this up.
found out about it.
Because I'm just going around, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's a son. He did this song and this song, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, he got kidnapped. And apparently he was going back on tour. Like they hadn't toured in like 8 years. And then he hops back on tour. He's like, yeah, we're going to do this again. I think it's only 2 days into it. And they're over in Michigan. I can't remember where. Do you remember where?
I can't remember. It was
They
near
were by
it was
Flint,
near Flint.
But I
yeah.
don't remember where. And he got kidnapped. I guess some dudes walked up to him while he was walking over to a gas station. They walked behind him, like pulled him in a van, grabbed him by his shirt, and they were like, hey, give me your Hollywood money.
Fucking crazy, dude.
And I looked up his net worth. It's like $500,000. So like they're barking up the wrong tree. Like he's just going back on tour. I think he was going back on tour because he needed some money.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, trying to get the band back together.
And he got kidnapped. And apparently they like beat the shit out of him and
Yeah,
threw him
dude,
on
that's
train tracks.
Fucking crazy.
Like basically left him for dead. But he said he was like, hey, I'm about to be a father. And they were like, we don't kill fathers. And then they threw him on train tracks, which kind of seems like maybe you do.
Maybe you do.
I mean, I don't know. What if he didn't get off those tracks? Like, you know?
I don't know how Flint fucks around, so.
But apparently that happened. And yeah, it was just a whole turn of events while we were done watching Evil Bong and looking into the bonus
All
features.
this time, I thought we were just gonna talk about a movie about an evil bong.
I guess we are. But there was just a lot of other things going into that.
It got wild.
Yeah, the funding, the kidnapping, I mean, there's a lot. And I don't know how much they spent on this either. I couldn't find a budget.
Interesting.
So it was not rated. No rating for this. There was a lot of boobs, so I mean, like,
Yeah, makes sense.
it's probably a reason it's not in like theaters or anything. Theaters probably would have had a problem with this one.
Yeah.
I saw that Evil Bong 3 went to theaters, and I think it said that was like the first. I don't know if it wasn't even just like the first Evil Bong to go to theaters. I think it was like one of the first full moon movies or something like that. Because I feel like they have movies that probably like went to theaters, but I feel like it might have been something where they got the rights after. And don't even quote me on all this. I don't know for sure that that's what I read, but something about Evil Bong 3. I don't know if you want to pull that up, tough guy. If you could look up Evil Bong 3 on IMDb, because I think it was just an IMDb fact. Imagine seeing an Evil Bong in theaters, though.
It'd be kind of great, actually.
It'd be kind of crazy, right?
I'd love seeing an evil bong in theaters.
Yeah. So tomato meter, there were no ratings by the critics. I did see one review, and it was some guy who was just like, yeah, it's not that good. But I don't think he even rated it, so I don't think it ever like came out to anything. Or maybe it's probably like so many people have to rate it or something. Maybe he did have a rating and I just didn't see it or something like that, you know?
Maybe.
Because I'm sure if just one person rates a movie on Rotten Tomatoes, they're probably not like, we're going to base the whole
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird.
percentage off of this, you know? Probably needs like at least like 10 or 15 or something. I don't know. But there was one person. And it has a 38% by critics, a 3.9 out of 10 on IMDb, and a Letterboxd rating of 2 out of 5.
Yeah, and that trivia bit for Evil Bong 3 does say first theatrical release from Full Moon Pictures.
So it is just from Full Moon.
That's insane.
I'm pretty sure some of the movies that they have had to have been acquired later. You know how like you see like a
Some of
tab
that
on
stuff's
something, like,
confusing because
they probably bought the rights to a movie. You know, they were like, oh, we want this to be a
'cause
Full Moon movie.
Technically,
so.
like Castle Freak and Reanimator and a lot of that Stuart Gordon stuff is considered-
Reanimator also a
I think
Full Moon,
it was
technically?
in that it was in that roadshow reel at least.
I wonder if that even currently is, though. I feel like that might be something that someone else owns the rights to. But who knows? Maybe it is a Full Moon.
Well, I
That
know
could be a
Arrow
thing.
did the really nice physical media release for it, but I don't know what that means. If they just did the Blu-ray or if they actually own it, I don't know. I don't know how that fucking shit works.
I don't think Arrow owns everything that
I
they
didn't
make.
think
I think
so.
no, they get the
just
rights to
kinda
like
do
release
specials
stuff.
for stuff. Yeah,
But I don't know. I assume that if it was a Full Moon thing, that Charles would be like, "Nah, I'm making the DVD for it."
Right,
Because he makes the
yeah.
DVD for everything else, and he sells them on his website.
right.
I mean, like, I need to talk about this on this episode. I've talked about it a bunch already, but the Full Moon Features subscription. We didn't talk about that on the last episode, did we? Or maybe we did.
We might have brought it
briefly?
up. Either way, say it again. It's a great deal.
I have the Evil Bong set, and for anyone who's watching the video version, I'll show it right now. But I have the whole Evil Bong like stash box, they call it, which they sell for I think like 120, 40 or something like that on their website. And I think you can find it maybe a little cheaper online, but really you can't find it like too much under 100, if anything. But if you subscribe to their subscription for a year, and this isn't an advertisement anyway, by the way, this is just something that I think is really cool. They'll give you a whole fucking. Like, they'll give you options. They'll give you this whole DVD set, or they'll let you pick like 12 DVDs. I got
Yeah.
two subscriptions just because I was like, well, I'm going to buy some of these Full Moon DVDs anyway, just for the show. So I wanted like a bunch of the Ginger Dead Mans because like, I don't know if I said this before, but I lost my first copy. And I needed that again, and then I wanted the other one so we could look at like, because we're doing all the Ginger Dead Mans and all the Evil Bongs.
Yeah,
so I was
see
gonna
if
buy all
there's
these.
any commentaries or bonus features, shit like that.
I need all that, and I was gonna buy them anyway. And then I go on to Full Moon, and they're like, "Yeah, well, if you buy a year-long subscription for $60, we'll give you this stash box thing for free. Like it's just a gift along with it." And I don't know any other streaming service that does shit like that. And then they were like, "Hey, if you gift a subscription, you could get the other options." And one of them's like a Diana Prince 6-pack. Another one is,
which is cool.
And another one's the
Leech Woman?
the burnt leech woman, which I also got.
Yeah.
And then another one is you picked 12 DVDs, and I picked 12 DVDs and Blu-rays, and I also got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 8 Blu-rays in the special edition box.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest, like, if you like just shitty horror movies and you watch a lot of Full Moon movies, or even if you don't and you're just down to watch some, even if you don't and you just want the DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, it's worth it, dude.
At one point, they were doing a Puppet Master box set. I've heard rumors that they might do Puppet Master as an option again.
I'm sure they would.
Which,
If they do, I'm on it.
If you like that better than the Evil Bong, whatever, like, it's cool.
The crazy thing, too, is that I was planning on buying this exact Evil Bong special edition set probably like 3 or 4 years ago, but I was like, it's a little too expensive. I don't want to buy it right now. So when I saw that there, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm on.
Would you get it as a bonus for subscribing to a streaming service?
Dude, and they shipped it so fast. They shipped it with like the Amazon Prime quickness.
That was the thing I was most surprised about, because
That
I
blew
just
me
wasn't
away.
sure how that was going to go, because like the whole thing sounds a little shady. They're just like, oh, we're going to send you an email and then you'll get details or whatever. And so like I always kind of thought like, oh, they're going to make it real hard and you have to like jump through a lot of hoops to get it or whatever. But you got it in no time.
Yeah, both things that I got because I put the orders in on separate days because I got a subscription like after the other one and whatnot. And again. And both times, very fast.
Fucking crazy.
Showed up in a few days, like 3 or 4 days.
So cool.
So
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
Imagine if Netflix shipped you like a big Stranger Things box set just for signing up for a year. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They don't do that kind of shit.
I want other streaming services to do that. Like this is guerrilla marketing, man. He's going in like he's like pumping out the big guns, man. So Charles Band, shout out. So yeah, with that, I think we'll get into Evil Bong. It's gonna be hard to narrate. It's like, I mean, dude, the majority of the movie is just spent in a shitty apartment.
Either in the apartment or in the Bong world.
With just this like blue like line. There's just blue lines around it. It's supposed to be like the outside of the bong, you know?
Kinda,
Because the bong
like
is
the
that
shape of
color, so
her.
it's like you're
Yeah.
inside the middle. You're in the glass of the bong.
Right. In the Bong world.
It's like kaleidoscope vision,
Kinda.
but it's just on the edges.
Yeah.
So stupid. But I kind of like it in like the worst way.
No, I love it.
Like it's so dumb that it works. I feel like if any other movie did that, and like for 1/3 of the movie, there's just stupid lines covering the edge of the screen, I'd be like, all right, this is fucking stupid, and it's pissing me off.
Right.
It'd probably make me really mad. But you know what? Actually, there's the Barbara Streisand vision in that Halloween episode of South Park, and that's pretty funny. Is it distracting? Yes. Is it funny, though, that it's just there the whole time? It just has Barbara Streisand in each corner. It says spooky. Like, in the middle of it. Like, it's the dumbest thing ever, but, like, whatever. That's funny.
All right.
So I feel like it's in that same vein that I like this.
Yeah.
But whatever.
How else are you going to know that we're in the Bong?
What are you talking about? How wouldn't I know we're in the Bong? Anytime we're not in this apartment, we're in the Bong.
You're right.
All you would have to do is not be in the apartment, and I would know. I'd pick up on it real fast.
You're right.
The other place that we're in is a strip club, and it's very different from this shitty apartment with food and beer bottles everywhere.
Just slightly different.
Yeah. So if I have to narrate this, it starts with some nerd named Alistair showing up to the apartment of Larnell, Bachman, and Brett. And Larnell shows the place around, and he lets Alligator know that he's paying $40 a week to sleep on an empty pizza box. And dude tries to correct Bachman's name when he's, talking to him, because he's like, oh, this is Bachman over here. And Alistair's like, oh, well, Bachman is actually a Greek asshole. I don't even know what he said. He said Bachman something. And then Bachman's like, all right, fucking Alligator. Does he call him Alligator?
See you later, alligator.
Alan? I don't know. He calls him something like that.
Al.
And then fucking alligator has the audacity to go, actually, that's not my name. And that pissed me off because I'm like, all right, you just introduced yourself to this guy, and the first thing you did was correct his name and you basically said, he said, hey, my name is Bachman. And he said, no, actually, it's not. Are you sure you didn't mean this? Pretty fucking sure I know what my name is, guy. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
And then he says, nah, it's Alistair.
Pissed me off. So
It's Alistair, man.
I guess we should talk about the trophy shell debate.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's this shelf.
Well, hang on. First of all,
Okay,
the shelf
You got things?
the shelf is owned by Brett,
Yes.
who's the jock of the group.
Yes.
He's a baseball jock. It's kind of confusing because he says he hits home runs, but then he also says he's a starting pitcher, which, I mean, I guess if you're a unicorn, you're a unicorn, but that's typically not the case. Also, he says things like carcinogens, sminogens.
He said that?
That's a direct quote.
Nah, he didn't say that.
He said carcinogens, sminogens.
In reference to what exactly?
I can't even remember.
See, that's the issue with this movie, and that's why we're gonna have an issue narrating this, and why I've already started like stumbling once I started going onto my notes and what happened in the movie immediately, because they're just talking, like nothing's happening. They're just saying shit.
That's every modern full moon feature.
You're right. That's every Evil Bong movie, and
That's
why
every
this
Evil Bong
series
movie.
is going to be so detrimental to this show, our mental hells. Yeah.
They're just standing around talking.
Yeah, it's rough. So what did you have again?
No, I just wanted to get carcinogens, sminogens, but Brett gets pissed because Bachman leaves a conch shell on his trophy shelf.
And I don't know why. Like, there was like a lot of extra space on that shelf, and it's not a shelf. It's just like the top of a bookshelf that's like has a lot of other things on it.
For an apartment that has absolutely no organization whatsoever,
These people are sleeping on pizza boxes with pizza still in it.
literally, this guy is super pressed about his Little League trophies.
I mean, this guy, Alligator, just shows up to rent a room there, and they go, oh, well, you're actually just sleeping in this hallway, and it's not a hallway. It's literally just a studio apartment. It's just like the floor.
Oh, yeah, it's just like a corner.
And he's like, oh, I'll give you a mattress. And he like slaps like some like roaches off of it and then tosses it on the floor. And he's like, that'll be an extra $5 a month, though.
45
$5
bucks a week for that. 45 bucks a week to sleep on our floor.
Honestly, still not a terrible deal, though. For a college student,
Could be worse.
I don't know, man. It could be worse. You could be paying more, and you could be with more annoying people.
I don't know, man. Brett's pretty rough,
They're
as we're about to see.
Okay, yeah, he does mess with that conch shell.
Well, first of all, Bachman,
Did he do something worse?
he says something like, "What's this conch shell doing on my trophy shelf?" And Bachman goes, "It's just sitting there. That's what shells do."
And he's not wrong. He's not wrong, though. You know what? I do like Bachman, and I think he's a cool character because that is just what shells do. If you've ever
That's
seen a
just
shell,
what shells do, though.
yeah, I mean, he didn't lie.
He did not lie at all.
What does Brett do?
The shell lied.
Well, the shell just makes noises.
But apparently it does that. Brett throws it on the ground.
And I don't think Bachman could hear the ocean after that.
Bachman picks it up and he's like, "You broke it, man. I can't even hear the ocean anymore."
That's pretty funny, dude. There's some
Dude, it's a good stoner comedy.
There's
it really
some good
is.
writing in this. Like, it kind of feels like Dude, Where's My Car-ish
Yeah.
at times, you know, or kind of, you know, what's that other one with Dave Chappelle?
Half baked.
Half Baked. I had How High in my head right now.
Sure.
And I mean that
How High
I guess
still,
that
yeah.
kind of that goes into it too. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But yeah, you know, I could put it in that
For sure.
in that ethos and that
Nah,
atmosphere.
some of these jokes are good.
It's not bad. Do you have anything more about that trophy shell thing?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so like 15 minutes in, they get a magazine that says Killer Bong, and I will like emphasize it is 15 minutes in. Like they're just talking and like doing bullshit. They're just like, yeah, sleep over here. Hey, don't touch my shell. Hey, you guys want to smoke some weed? It's going on for a while.
Yeah.
And then they get this magazine that says Killer Bong, and they decide to order it after some debate. And then when the bong is delivered, it's delivered by this old fart named Rabbit, and he's going to be a series regular. We're going to see Rabbit all the time. Who's Rabbit played by? I don't see him in the list. I think I gotta go down. Rabbit.
Delivery
Rabbit.
guy.
Oh, he's
Sonny
just listed
Carl
as delivery
Davis.
guy in this one. Sonny Carl Davis. Yeah, so this guy's gonna be Rabbit in like all these evil bongs. Basically, he's just like the dude that's gonna deliver the bong in every movie.
Yeah.
He's always just like, hey, I got this bong, and somehow they never question it either. They're always just like, okay, Rabbi, you got something new for me. That's cool. And every time they end up in a Scooby-Doo situation.
Dude, that guy's crazy. The way he says, yeah, it's the item you've been waiting for.
I mean, he's just like Ralph from Friday the 13th. You always get these guys with R's for their name, and they're bald and old, and they're just fucking crazy.
It's so fucking weird, man.
But in this one, we got Rabbit. And when he gets here, they go, all right, so what's in the box? And he goes, all right, I'm a delivery guy. I don't know what's in your box. And also, I'm like, you're a broke, drunk college kid at the beginning of the internet, and you ordered one thing? It can only be one thing.
Dude, Larnell, like, they play him to be, like, the forgetful stoner, like, way too hard. It's like, bro, you remember you ordered the Evil Bong. Like,
you 100% remember that.
You don't
You've been
forget
waiting
that.
for it. You've been talking about it all week. And then when it shows up, he's like, what's in the box? What could this possibly be?
He's always super paranoid about shit, too. He's like, who are you? What the fuck you doing here?
What else?
What's in the box?
What else did he order that's 4 feet tall? Like, let's be so real. What other things could he have possibly ordered? I can tell you right now, it's not a vacuum.
Can we talk about the other thing that you were pissed about in this scene?
I don't know what it was.
The fact that postage was due.
I didn't realize that
You're
he
like,
said...
that's some bullshit.
I didn't realize he said postage was due. I thought he was just like, nah, you gotta tip me. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, he just swindled these college kids out of money.
The US
Could you
UPS guy.
Could you imagine if you had to tip like every delivery driver that came by, or like everyone was
that'd be crazy.
Dude, UPS drivers and like USPS drivers and everything, they'd be making bank if they were getting tipped from every house.
If they literally got tips.
They wouldn't even need to get paid. That would be their salary at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know a lot of, and you should, like, your mailman and stuff.
If you have mail people that are coming all the
Christmas,
time,
like,
yeah,
for sure. But if
you could
you
definitely do
actually,
that.
if it was like a tip-based job,
like
it'd be
imagine, like
wild.
you're getting mail delivered just to your mailbox every day, and you like, leave a tip in your mailbox for
Right.
your like delivery driver every single day, and it's like, well, you're sending me like junk mail and magazines. It's like, I just feel like it leads to problems.
It would very quickly lead to problems.
And the problem
people
being-
that got tipped higher might get their packages sooner.
And the problem being, like mainly, like my bank account would be drained. Like,
Especially someone like you.
well, yeah, that's like beside the point. If we're talking about like Amazon, like deliveries and
Right?
stuff like that too, like, yeah, it might be a little
You're
tough.
fucked.
Because I'm a hermit for people that don't know. I don't like to leave my house. I do for food. And I don't leave my house. I'm a hermit. I don't leave my house. So
I'm actually kind of surprised you don't have any of those like Amazon dash buttons where like when you run out of something, you just like push the button and it automatically orders it for you.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, really?
What is that?
So I'm about to turn you on to something to change your life.
What is that?
So especially for like products that you like stock like a lot of at a time, you can get these little buttons and they're just like little Bluetooth Wi-Fi things. They hook up to your Amazon account, and then like it's just like you have one button for each product essentially.
I don't like that. That sounds complicated. That's a lot of buttons.
But you don't have. You just do it for like one or two things.
That sounds like a lot of buttons.
So you could do it for say like
Pepper's diapers.
Pepper's diapers.
That's actually the only thing that I stock up
And
consistently.
then you're like,
on.
fuck, I'm low on diapers. Hit the button. They automatically order you another case of diapers,
Okay, I did the subscribe and save because they
You can
gave
also
me
do
like
that, yeah.
40% off.
which is a killer
But
deal
I'm gonna
if you subscribe and save.
But I'm gonna cancel that immediately. They didn't say I couldn't. I just wanted the discount. But if they offer that again, then I'll do it again. And I don't know where the loophole ends, but
Yeah.
I'm trying it right now. I'll update later. Okay, let's keep this episode short.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Okay, so we finally get the box open, and all the dudes start smoking out of this bong. And I guess we should also explain what it looks like. It has like eye holes that aren't open right now. Like it has like a mouthpiece.
I mean,
kinda thing
according
going
to
on.
Larnell, it's shaped like a beautiful woman, man.
That's not right. But we should talk about the background of it, like how the bong was made, because we saw that.
Yeah, we did see that.
Yeah.
So they actually found a bong in a head shop.
Which, of course, they did. I mean, I mean, the way they explained that, they made it sound a lot more like grandeur than it was. But like really, like, or I guess it was in a way because.
But if you look at the Evil Bong, though, it's an unusual shape. Even if you're familiar with bongs, like it's a weird shape.
I do feel like Charles Band is such a nerd that he could have seen any bong and he could have walked in and be like, "This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. That's the one."
You're right.
You know,
it
didn't. Like maybe it did end up being kind of cool. Like I think it's iconic in a weird way.
Right.
But it's not anything like that anyone's
I mean,
ever
it's
seen. Honestly,
still-
it's a hookah. It's not a bong.
I was gonna say that's the thing. How does it even actually? It doesn't function correctly.
No, it's a hookah. It's a hookah that has like a bong
But
opening.
it still has the mouthpiece.
It
Why does it
doesn't
have
work,
a
and
mouthpiece
and-
if it has?
And it doesn't
hookah
make
hoses?
sense that you're hitting it like that when there's a giant fucking opening on the top
Why
that
wouldn't
we
you
see.
use that?
No, that we see that functions. It can't work.
Because
There's
she's sending smoke out of it.
legitimately the way they're smoking out of it. There's no possible way this thing works.
It wouldn't
It
work.
doesn't function. It's not functional, and we know it's not functional. But like even in terms of the movie,
Right.
if you think about
it
it for
doesn't
2
make any
seconds,
sense.
if you've ever smoked anything in your life, you would know that this does not work.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
So there's that.
There
but,
is that.
but it's made out of clay.
It's made out of clay.
They did this whole mold and everything.
Yeah,
and then
so
like,
they found one, they bought it, and they're like, hey, take this, make it bigger because we have to be able to really give it a face and let it be able to like talk and emote and stuff. And then they attached the hoses for some reason because I guess they think hookahs are cool.
I think it's because they want like multiple people to smoke at one time, maybe
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
dude.
Like maybe that's
I guess that
that's
makes
the
sense.
excuse. They had to do that for the movie, but they didn't really have to do that. They could have just passed it around. It would have had the same effect.
Yeah, it's-
But it's fine. You know, I mean, it's
Whatever.
cool. I thought it was cool when I was younger, and I remember seeing it. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's freaking sweet." When I was like, you know, a fucking stoner asshole in like high school, but like I never even thought about it when I was a dumb stoner in high school. I was just like, "Oh, cool." And then
it's
now
the
I'm
Evil
like,
Bong.
yeah, now I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. But whatever. I'm probably like, I'm not. No one's watching Evil Bong to worry about the logistics of the bong, really, right?
You're right. We've probably talked about it too much already.
But they start getting into a conversation. Oh wait, no. The only thing about the bong too is that they made like little moldable faces and stuff to put on it, and like they made like little
because
movable
it,
like
grows
eyelids and
kind
stuff.
of, yeah,
Yeah, because it does some things.
evolves, I guess is a better word.
Yeah, I saw some reviews where people were like, "Oh, well, the bong doesn't like move and stuff," and I'm like, "Well, it like blinks and the mouth moves. Like, what else do you want out of a bong?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the bong to walk."
Nah.
I feel like they did pretty good for what it is. Like,
Her
it,
face definitely gets more animated as the series goes along,
it does.
but also technology advanced. Like, what are you gonna do?
But in
was
this first one,
2006.
it's practical.
Yeah,
So I think that's cool.
yeah, I think it's fine.
You know, it's like it's just like a puppet movie kind
Yeah.
of thing, and I'm
It's a
into
puppet.
it. The bong does what I expect a bong to do.
Yeah, I don't need her dancing around. I mean, even whenever she's like flailing her hoses around, like that looks kind of silly. Like I don't need her doing anything more than that. That's for sure.
No, not at all. I don't even know what it would do. I can't even begin to think of what it would do.
I
Like,
don't need it walking around and trying to stab people.
that's what I want to hear. Like the people that think it should do more. What do you want it to
Right,
do?
right.
Like, what do you need to see out of this? Like, legitimately. But anyway, they start getting into a conversation about like how every high is amazing. I think that's Bachman. He's just like, "Hey, dude, don't fuck with me," because they're smoking out of the bong, and they're like, "Ah, it's whatever."
Yeah, Brett's trying to convince everybody that there's nothing special about the bong.
He's like, "Return this thing. It's a piece of
Yeah.
shit." And they're like, "Nah, dude, every high is amazing. It's just like there's no such thing as a bad blowjob." And then Brett's like, "What? I don't know if that's true, actually.
Mhm.
Like, I think bad head is universally known as a thing.
Yeah,
So I mean, I'll give Brett that. Bachman, it was a bad comparison.
this is a bad comparison, Bachman. I haven't gotten a lot of different head in my life, and I've had bad head. So like, let's just put it that way.
Let's
you
put
know
it
what I
into a
mean?
perspective, and
Like I don't have a huge sample size, and I can still say that there's been at least one bad one. You know what I mean?
and you know, no hate to you. You know, I'm sure people learn, people grow, but like you
Yeah,
know,
whatever.
things are bad. People are always bad at something the first time you do something, or maybe the first few times, or until you get good at something. So
Yeah.
it's a bad comparison. I don't know if that, but then again, I don't know if that comparison works for bongs. Do they get better over time? Not really, probably. So I guess now I'm kind of like going off on a different thing. But those are lines from the movie is basically why I said that. That's the
Yeah.
only reason, because I want to show you like what they're talking about this whole time. And it's stuff like that.
This is the shit. This
And
is
that's
the
why
shit.
I'm not out here like writing lines about this whole time and getting into that, because it usually doesn't matter.
Yeah. And pretty much after that, everybody falls asleep, and then the bong just starts like glowing and whispering, "I need more."
Yeah, it starts talking.
There is a really funny thing that happens right after that. When Alistair wakes up from this, he like slept like on his side,
Uh-huh.
and because Alistair has like the Dwight Schrute like super gelled down hair, you know,
Yes, 100%.
because he
There's a
slept on his
comment
side.
from someone later too, and he's like, "Your hair always has to be wet. Wet hair is good," or something like that.
He says dry hairs for squares.
That's disgusting.
Dry hairs for squares.
Wet hair is not cool. That's not cool. That's the least cool thing.
But anyway, so whenever he gets up, one side is still like glued down, but the
Yes.
side that he was sleeping on is like all insane. And he leaves it like that for a while.
You're 100% right. He looks ridiculous.
It's amazing. I really love it.
There's also this thing, like, we should mention that there's marijuana-filled transition scenes all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like, it'll just cut, and there's just, like, weed leaves, like, popping up on the screen. It's like, smoking weed, smoking weed. You know we like to smoke weed.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it does that very often. But I do think that I would like it a lot more if it was like intermission scenes and there were people doing like, it's dumb and it's going to sound dumb even me saying this, but I think it'd be cool if they did something like, you know, just kind of like they do like Kung Pao and stuff, which is just dumb like intermissions.
Yeah.
But they're just doing weed shit. They're just like, yeah, this is how you roll a blunt. And like, it would be cringy as shit.
Yeah.
It'd be stupid, but
it'd be funny.
Before the movie, like the whole movie is supposed to be cringy and about like smoking weed and shit.
Yeah.
So like, you know.
No, I think I would like that more than just what they have.
Because
Like,
it's just weed
it
leaves
seems-
popping up.
Yeah, it's kind of weird and out of place. Honestly,
I don't think it's out of place, honestly.
the thing I think what it
But-
makes me think of the most as transitions like that is just that 70s show.
Yeah. Like they should have them jumping on the screen or
Right,
doing
just
some
give
shit
me a
like
little
that.
something more.
That
you
would be
know?
cool.
And this
Doing
was
cartwheels.
And this is 2006. This is right after that 70s
Yeah,
show.
right at that time, basically. Huh. You're not wrong. They could have done more with that, and it wouldn't have taken anything. Just people
You
jumping
already
in
had
front of a
Tommy
screen.
Chong in the movie.
If it's just Tommy Chong like sitting there, I said like Jong right now. If it's just Tommy Chong sitting there and he's just smoking weed or just like
Playing
cracking
with his
jokes,
Hot
doing
Wheel
whatever,
cars.
playing with his Hot Wheels and smoking weed because he's gonna play with Hot Wheels later. That would have been awesome. Why didn't that happen? Yeah, no, now I'm pissed. Missed
They
opportunity.
had an opportunity.
You had Tommy Chong there. Like
Yeah,
he could have
he's
done
just
that,
sitting there.
and it would have taken literally 15 minutes. He would have done it in one take. Everything was in one take anyway. 100%.
Yeah, it could have just been like
Didn't Charles literally say like everything was in one take?
they didn't say that. I kind of ad-libbed that. They said
I feel like he inferred that.
one of the actors said, "Oh, I love working with Charles because he knows how to shoot fast." And I was like, "That's because he does everything in one take."
Well, he said everything was shot in like 7 days too, so I'm pretty sure damn near everything was like 1 or 2 takes.
I mean, there's a couple moments where we're like, "You sure you didn't want to do that one again?"
100%. A few. There's a lot of those moments. I would say most of the movie, most of the movie is those moments.
Yeah.
Can you press the soundboard button that you know I want you to press, tough guy? You know.
I'm watching the television program.
Thank you. Next up, they're all just stoned, falling asleep, and then Brett shows up with Sarah, who's played by Robin Sidney. She's also going to be a series
Luann,
regular.
Luann. It's important that you know that this is Luann and not Sarah.
Wait, she's not Sarah in this?
This is Luann.
Dude, I was writing Sarah down the whole time. So this is the thing. She has the most insane roles in like the Evil Bong, like Ginger Dead Man world.
Yeah.
Because she plays basically the same character in both of them, but she is different. I guess she's very different. I didn't
The
realize
characters are very different.
I thought they were very similar, and then when I watch it again, because I've been watching so much Ginger Dead Man lately,
Yeah.
that I remember her as Sarah, and she's worlds different as
Right.
Sarah. Completely different character.
Yeah.
But I have the list of everything that she's been in right here. So in Ginger Dead Man, she's listed as Sarah Lee. In Evil Bong, she is Luann. In Evil Bong 2, she is Luann. In Evil Bong 3D, she's Luann. And also, I noticed she's not in Ginger Dead Man 2.
Interesting.
In Ginger Dead Man 3, she's Robin. She's not Sarah anymore. She is...
Which is her real name.
That is her real name. So she's just herself in the
Some
third
weird meta
Ginger Dead
thing.
Man. And then when we get to Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, and this is where me and you first got confused because we're watching it and we didn't know all this information.
Yeah.
We saw her and then they're talking about Luann, and the whole time we're like, oh, well, who's Luann? And then she pops up on the screen. We're like, wait, okay, so it's this chick. And we're like, oh, no, that's Sarah. And then Sarah's going on, and then Luann pops up, and then they're like, hey, Luann, you kind of look like Sarah. And then we're like, that's the same person.
It's the same person.
And then we didn't even realize that they were in both movies. But then we're watching Evil Bong right now, and I go, wait a second, isn't that what's her face from Ginger Dead Man? Like we just
Yeah.
watched that, and then I look it up, and I'm like, wait, no, so that is what's going on.
It
She's just in
is.
both of these movies.
She's in both franchises,
two-
and then the franchises cross over.
Yes, 2 franchises that are in the same universe that end up crossing over and being together, and then they just swap around. They're just like, you're whoever the fuck we decide you
They're just
are.
like, you know what? Fuck it. You're Luann and Sarah. We don't give a shit.
Sometimes you're both, sometimes you're one. Who fucking cares? But get this. So she has been Luann in Evil Bong this whole time, right? She's Luann.
Right.
And then, okay, she's Sarah Lee and Luann in Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. And then in Evil Bong 420, she's Sarah Lee.
I have no idea how that's even possible.
She turns into the chick from Ginger Dead Man. I'm
I'm
sure it's
lost.
something like, because I think in Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, they liked Sarah more.
Yeah.
And then like what's his face?
Well, because Luann's kind of crazy.
Well, what's the main character in this again?
Larnell.
He gets like a love interest with Sarah, so I think that's the thing. I think he starts dating Sarah, so now
Yeah,
Luann is
okay.
gone because Brett was dating Luann. I don't know if Brett's even around anymore. I remember Bachman being in the second. Maybe Brett is too, but maybe I am assuming maybe Brett's gone, so Luann's gone, or maybe Brett gets rid of
maybe
Luann.
he dies.
Yeah, and then Sarah is left.
Yeah.
But she came in because of the crossover. So yeah, it's a lot.
That's wild, man.
Because yeah, and then Evil Bong 5, she's Sarah. But then in Killjoy's Psycho Circus, she's Luann and Sarah Lee, and then she's faux Batty Boop.
Okay.
Evil Bong 666, she's Luann, Sarah Lee, and faux Betty Boop.
What is
So now
happening?
she's the character from another person in the
Killjoy.
movie, and also in Killjoy, she's credited as Luann, but with an E, and the other one is just Luann.
I'm lost.
And then Evil Bong 777, again, she's both of them, and then faux Betty or Batty Boop.
Batty
Again.
Boop.
Oh, and then Evil Bong 888, which is the most recent. It looks like she's not in Ginger Weed Man.
Right. We've seen that.
But she's in Ouija's Halloween Night, which is in the Evil Bong special set that I have that
Yeah.
I don't even think is part of the series, but I assume maybe Evil Bong's in it.
Well,
so we
maybe
might
it
have
is
to do that just
somehow.
for that
Who
reason.
is she in that? She Luann?
In that, she's party guest.
Oh my god.
She's not a character, really. And wait, she's in Corona Zombies as Kendra. Okay, and then wait, and it's because she's listed as something in Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King and Barbie and Kendra Storm Area 51, and she's Kendra.
Okay.
Maybe that's the character in Corona Zombies. And in Evil Bong 888, finally, she's Luann, Sarah Lee, faux Batty Boop,
Batty Boop.
and Kendra. Every time she does a new movie that's a different
They just
full moon
add her
movie,
into the next
they
Evil
just toss
Bong.
her into the next Evil Bong, and she just gets it.
Another character credit.
This is
Stop.
By the
Why are you doing this? Oh no, we have to fucking talk about this. Why did Tough Guy just put he just put a squeaky voice on me in the middle of a fucking podcast? Put yourself on the mic and explain yourself right now.
I was going for this one.
Oh, okay.
It was on the
so
wrong
he pressed the
page.
wrong son of a
It
bitch.
was just on the wrong
I was
page.
like, is that something he's doing?
No.
Herbie and Kendra
so crazy.
Storm Area 51.
But how crazy is Tough Guy? Can you
Can
I
you
need
click
you
on
to,
that for me?
I need you to tell me just like your opinion on all of this. Like,
I think she's on her grind. She's doing all right, man.
well, it's
I
not
think
about
she's
that.
on
I'm
it.
worried about the writing.
Yeah, you just kind of recycle characters. What's the difference between this and American Horror Story?
This is a lot. They're different characters in each season, aren't they? They're not every character put together at once. She's turning into a Cronenberg of characters, dude. In in the next movie, she's just gonna be a bunch of hers, like mushed together.
No. That's what we're leading up to. She keeps doing this and keeps doing this and keeps doing this, and eventually you make an entire movie of just her.
Just her. It's like
No extras, no co-stars. It's just her.
like when you're a kid and you're just putting on like a sweater after a sweater after a sweater. She's just doing that. But
How many
herself.
shirts can I wear?
Okay, so yeah, that's the sidetrack of a lifetime because it's the craziest thing I've ever read in my life. So not too much happens while she's here, but the Bong does call her a bitch under her breath. Oh, I also learned the Bongs are her. The Bong's name is EB.
EB.
That's something that took me for a run for my money. But okay, something finally happens. Bachman gets EB stands for Evil Bong. Bachman gets sucked into the Bong world, which is just a strip club, like we said.
Yep.
There's some shitty music playing, like it's like Disturbed, but
Oh, yeah.
worse, which says a
Some
lot.
kind of off-brand Disturbed.
The first thing he sees, which who's in here again? Bachman. Ooga Booga.
Ooga booga.
He's just there. And he looks confused. He's like, why am I here? What's going on? But that's right.
No
the
one
racist
knows.
little character that we've mentioned in the last episode, I think it was the Dead Man 2 episode.
Ginger Dead Man 2.
The dude that we hate,
Yeah.
little piece of shit. What movie did they say he was from?
I already
I
forget.
don't remember, but it was something
Dolls.
Something Dolls. It wasn't Demonic Dolls, it was a different one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's here. I don't know why. He's just smoking a joint and then jerking off. next time we see him because a stripper walks up to Bachman. She puts her boobs in his face and he goes, "Oh, hey, goth boobs. That's cool." And what he means by goth boobs is that the girl's wearing a bra with skulls on the front of each boob holder. Each boob holder?
Each boob holder.
Yeah, there's a skull on the
On
front.
each cup.
And they have like mouths on it and he starts like putting his face in the mouths. And then they kill him. They're like knives pop out of them, which seems like I thought they would have ate him, but knives pop out of the mouths
Yeah.
and kill him.
Because why not?
I don't know. It's cool. He dies, and then Ooga Booga's jerking off.
Yeah. Goth
So-
boobs, huh?
Yeah. And also, like, we say he's dead, but in the real world, he seems to be sleeping. And also, like, none of this is going to be stuck.
Yeah, none of this really matters because none of the kills stay. Very comic book rules here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they say, well, we have a vitamin
Reset button.
that we're going to eat. No, they eat vitamins.
They do eat vitamins.
They
That's
literally
also
eat
true.
vitamins.
Yeah.
And that's how it. But yeah, we'll get to that. But they all like in the real world, they realize that he's dead because they start touching Bachman. They're like, "Hey, Bachman, wake up, dude! Like you've been smoking a lot of
he's
weed.
not getting up.
Get up, man!" And then they like touch him. They're like, "Oh wait, he's cold." He's
They
dead.
create a whole fucking plan to hide their friend's body.
No, it's crazy, but we'll get into that in 1 second because it was funny because Larno goes, "Come on, man, give me a monkey, give me a monkey, man."
Oh fuck, we didn't
you gotta
even
go
touch
into,
on this.
No, you gotta touch on
We
that
didn't
because
even
that's
touch
your
on
thing.
this.
You
God
when we
damn
were
it.
rewatching this movie right now,
I
you called
memorized
it
them.
out every time he said it.
I memorized them. Okay, so first of all, Bachman is essentially Kelso from that 70s show.
100% he is.
But he does this one thing. His catchphrase is, "Oh, monkey." He does it. I don't know what it means. He does it. He does it at different times to mean different things. I guess it's kind of like pop pop if you watch Community, but
It feels like a dude,
oh, monkey.
but it's like usually like when he's like bummed out.
Yeah.
It's
Like
like,
if he
like
gets
it-
hit.
Like say you like drop something or like you spill your food, and you're like, "Oh, monkey. Something like that.
But
So-
yeah,
so yeah,
we
he goes
couldn't,
like,
we
"Come
couldn't get a
on."
monkey out of
So
him.
he's trying to get him to wake up, and he's like, he's not doing monkey. So he knows.
That's how you know something's wrong.
He knows he's dead. I don't even know if he brings that back up in the next movies. I don't know if he ever says that again. I don't think I remember him saying that again. I don't know if he does. Maybe I just wasn't
We're
paying
gonna
attention.
find out.
We'll find out though. Do we mention we're doing all of these? So they're about to throw their friend away on the street.
Yeah, dude. They say they're gonna drop him near his parents' house, and to make it look like the mob did it.
This is their best friend.
Their best friend.
And the whole reason is they're like, well, we're throwing a party tonight, and we have like, oh no, the first reason, that's the second reason.
Yeah.
The first reason they're like, well, we have a bunch of weed in the house. They have like 3 grams of weed in the house
Yeah,
and
they
a
can't
bomb.
call the cops.
And they're like, we can't call the cops because we're gonna be fucked. Not really.
Yeah,
Just put it somewhere else.
hide your shit.
Put it somewhere. Like
Put it somewhere.
tell someone to hold it for an hour or two. Like, what are you talking about? You're not like a drug lord. You have
Yes,
a
they
little
are.
bit of weed in your house.
Yes, they are.
So yeah, they decide that they're just gonna fucking throw him away.
Yeah. But that's all interrupted because Larnell's grandpa comes over.
Yeah, Ian McKellen, who did we talk about him? We did, right? And oh no.
I think we need to be careful because Ian McKellen is a real person.
Isn't that his name in this? What's his name?
His name in this is Larnell's grandpa.
Who's Ian McKellen?
Ian McKellen is an actor
Why have I been calling him Ian McKellen?
because his name is Sir Ian Kavanagh
That's this guy?
in the other movie.
Wait, that is him?
I think it's the same guy.
You're right. I think it is the
but
same.
Ian McKellen
Why
is the
did they
guy who
keep-
was Gandalf and the guy who was fucking the second Dumbledore. That's Ian McKellen.
You can't keep putting people like the same people in different movies with different names.
And different roles.
Because when the universe crosses, it's very. Yeah, Ian McKellen isn't who I'm talking about. I'm seeing that now. But
So where is he? It should just be Grandpa, or it should be what's his name? Larnell's grandpa.
yeah, I don't see his listing
Doesn't
on
he's not,
IMDb.
he doesn't even get a.
Is he not listed?
Oh my god.
Maybe he's in there somewhere. Well, I don't know. We're spending too much
That's
time on that
crazy.
now.
Anyway,
oh.
yeah, he's Sir Ian Kavanagh in Ginger Dead Man 2.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, first he's knocking on the door, and they're like, "Well, maybe if we shut the fuck up, he'll leave," which isn't a bad plan. That's not a bad plan.
Yeah, when an
right?
old person's at your door,
You just shut up for a while, and he walks in, with
he doesn't walk. He's in a wheelchair.
You're right. Fuck, you're right. So he rolls in. So he rolls on in his wheelchair, as James said, and he rolls in with this little old lady, and this little old lady,
His hot new wife.
his hot new wife. I immediately realized from her voice who she was. And in an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the dentist system is the episode.
Yeah.
Dennis is explaining his dentist system, and he's working the dentist system on, I think his real life wife is who acts as the chick that he's like dentisting in that episode. He's dentisting her. And part of the dentist system is like, you gotta well, it's not like that you have to have a grandma, but he ends up with a grandma.
No, you gotta have
With
a
a fake grandma.
You need a fake grandma.
So I'm doing the system wrong.
You need a
But
fake
he
grandma.
ends up with a fake grandma. And this is his fake grandma.
This is the fake
This
grandma.
chick
That
is
was
his fake
excellent
grandma.
recall. You nailed that one.
I didn't even see her. I literally heard her. I looked up and I was like, that's exactly, I know who that is, like the back of my hand.
So good.
It's funny because she's the one who's like, oh yeah, my grandma was a lesbian back in the day in the Always Sunny episode. So
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I never
yeah,
forget
yeah,
her.
yeah.
She's awesome.
She's great.
She's fucking hilarious. And this is that grandma. And in this one, she's just like, yeah, fuck the shit out of your grandpa. But she doesn't say that. She just falls asleep and he goes, I fucked the shit out of her.
Yep.
He being Sir Ian McKellen.
Yep.
Yeah. So they figure out what to do with Bachman's body before the party because they're like, all right, so now they're not even worried about the cops anymore.
No.
They're not even talking about that. They're like, all right, so we got to get rid of this body. Like, got to figure out what to do. And Alligator's like, yeah, so call the cops, right? They go, no, don't do that. Maybe
Not gonna do
tomorrow.
that.
Today, we got to go put his body in the trash, and then we'll come back to it after the party. And it'll be all good because we can't have a dead body in the party, you know? It's going to ruin everything. And he's like, Alligator,
It's gonna
don't...
mess up the vibe, man. The chicks aren't gonna want to do it with us if there's a dead guy at the party.
And he goes, Alligator, aren't you trying to, flirt with that one girl?
Yeah.
And he goes, you're right. I am. I do like her a lot.
Well, let's go put him in the dumpster.
So they basically decide to put him in the dumpster. And Alligator even goes like, they're going to like realize that he's been dead for a while. And they go, yeah, well, we'll just say he was asleep. We thought he was asleep. He does it all the time.
Sleeps in the dumpster sometimes.
So, And when Larno gets there to the strip world because he smokes out of the bong,
Yeah,
it's just
Larnell
like going,
goes to Bong World.
it's just going one by one.
Yeah.
This one is weird though because Larnell seems to be like our main character.
Yeah, so the fact that
actually,
he's number
no.
2.
Well, actually, no. I think he just ends up being the main later. So I
Alistair's
feel like he
kinda
is.
the main character.
Alligator's the main character.
He's the hero.
He is. Yeah. So Larnell, he smokes out of the bong. He goes into the strip world. Bachman's already chilling. He's like, yeah, I like it here, dude. Ginger Deadman's just sitting next to him.
Yep. Cream,
And-
needing to make some cream.
Ginger Deadman also does interviews in the behind the scenes
Yeah.
where he's just talking. He's just like, yeah, it was fun shooting this movie. I like tits. It's fucking ridiculous. And he says things like, yeah, I like those pastries. I'm the doughboy. And then he starts jerking off and he goes, I'm gonna cream.
Yep.
That's his role in this.
That's what he's here for.
And then Barnell gets attacked by shark boobs. So
Shark
he's-
boobs.
So he's dead in the bong world. And the behind the scenes,
Why
they're just
is every single one of them
just getting attacked by boobs.
boobs?
Because Charles Band said in the behind the scenes, he said he had
needed
this
an
idea.
excuse for the monster bra.
He had an idea to make a monster bra movie. He said he woke up in the middle of the night and he was like, monster bra, that's the best idea in the world. Can I get this? Is there any possible way that I can get this domain? Of course you can. Who the fuck is
no
going to
one
have that
wants
domain?
monster bra, bro.
No one has ever thought of that. Like, that's an original thought. You had an original thought.
That's making it a good one.
No, you just had an original thought. No one thought this one because it's fucking stupid. And then at one point, he went, this is the smartest idea I've ever had. I'm going to make millions off of it. He basically said that, legitimately. And then at some point, I think he went, it's
Oh,
not
this
a good
is
idea.
stupid.
And then he just made Evil Bong instead. His new great idea.
We're just gonna put these monster bras in the Evil Bong movie.
He also said this was $1 million idea, and he said everyone else, like when he went overseas, he said they were all like, "Oh, best idea ever."
Yeah.
It was crazy how he said it, but you would only know if you watched it. We can't.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
It can't be repeated.
But yeah, his whole idea was monster boobs and shit.
Monster boobs. That's what this movie's about.
So he had this whole showcase in that thing too, where he just showed all of the different monster bras. Like not all of them made it into the movie.
Right.
We saw a couple of them.
Yeah.
There was one that was pretty funny that was just giant boobs on top of a bra.
No, that one was fucking
He
hilarious.
called it bigger boobs.
Bigger boobs.
That was funny as hell.
No, that was funny as fuck.
So, yeah, they all get attacked by these boobs that he's really into.
Yeah, so you thought you were watching an Evil Bong movie. You're really watching an Evil Boob movie.
100%. So the party starts, and Brett says he needs a second before he can fuck. And Sarah starts like, there's limes right there too if you want them, tough guy. I'm talking to tough guy who walked in between me to grab a beer. You'd only see that if you're in the video. Ha! That was a stupid thing to say. I'm sorry, guys. That was turn the podcast off. That was cringy. We don't have to do this anymore. Okay. So Brett says he needs a second before he can fuck because he's hanging out with Luann.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I wanna fuck, and he goes, all right, I'm high. Get me horny, and then he falls asleep.
And then there's the song in the background going, "Who's down to fuck tonight? Who's down to fuck tonight?"
I didn't even realize that was going on because I was just paying attention to Luann's antics. She was like just punching walls and like doing backflips, screaming, "I'm horny!" And then she hops on a pogo stick. And at first,
she's fucking that pogo stick.
well, at first we see like her bouncing on it like without arms, but like we just see her going up and down. But it's like it's like a zoomed in shot, so I couldn't even tell she was on the pogo stick.
Right.
But then it does like a whole like shot. And she's actually on this pogo stick without her arms.
No hands, just like balancing with her abs and her tits.
And she bounced on it. I'd say she did like 15 bounces in
It's
a row.
impressive.
That was like really genuinely impressive. It's hard for me. I've been on pogo sticks.
Yeah, even to use it with your hands, it's not easy to do.
It's hard to do a pogo stick like the intended way.
Right.
That was impressive as fuck. I don't know if she learned that for this scene or if they just like came to like I'm wondering if she told them they could do this or if they were like, "Hey, can you do this?"
What if there's just
'Cause that's
if there
crazy.
was just a pogo stick laying around in that scene and she's like, "Ah, fuck it," and just starts jumping
And
on
that's the
it.
first time she ever got on a pogo stick.
She didn't know how to use it.
Right? That'd be an incredible story, and I want to know. Wow. I don't know. I also really, I want to also profess my love to Robin. Robin, if you're out there and you're listening to this episode, hit me up. I got my number for you. I really like Robin. She seems like a cool chick. She like, I'm very impressed by people who could pogo stick without the hands.
I'm very impressed by anyone who's gonna sell out to a character like you did to Luann.
Well, and Sarah and Batty Bop.
And faux Betty Boop.
And Robin and herself, like I don't know.
Yeah, you.
Impressive, man. We could be like dynamic, like like we could be a power couple. So Brett and Sarah go into the bong world. Sarah gets dragged off by a bodyguard. So I don't know if she technically dies. I think she just gets dragged off.
Yeah.
They just go, "Hey, you can't be here."
You're harshing the vibes.
Yep. That's it. And then this dude starts talking to another woman, Brett that is, and she's about to suck his dick to death. But the important part here is that they ripped off Pony by Genuine. I don't remember what they were singing, but James looks at me and he goes, "They're ripping off some song right now. Like, what are they doing?"
Yeah.
And then I open my ears for a second and I listen and I go, "This is Pony." Like
It is like 100%
This is
Pony.
without a doubt Pony.
Like I heard the tune and I was like, no, I know this song. And then I was like, he's not saying the right words, but it's pretty much the same rhythm.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were saying, but it was horrific. It was disgusting. And then Tommy Chong shows up, which is honestly the movie
Jimbo.
turns into a different movie. Like it takes a good
Takes
turn.
a turn,
A
man.
very good turn. I wish he was here from the beginning.
Yep.
He should have been.
He,
But-
he shows up to explain everything to Alligator
Yes, he does.
and also to get us hyped up about some Hot Wheels.
Yes, he does. And he says the bong belonged to him, but his ex-wife sold everything he owned, including the Hot Wheels that he really liked. He emphasizes that. He goes, "I really like those Hot Wheels." And then he goes, "It killed all my friends, man," in reference to the bong.
Yeah.
"And it almost got me. Got all my brain cells. I don't need him anyway, though. I can't do it like Tommy Chong
Just
does.
very
though. Like,
typical Tommy Chong.
anyone else
type
could say
shit,
that,
man.
and it's not as good. But
It's not
Tommy
funny.
Chong, he delivers everything he
every
says.
time, man.
And the whole thing about she's there now. I've been there. You don't want to be there. He's referring to the Bong world, and it's because Alligator goes, "Well, my girlfriend's there, my new love interest or whatever. Like
Yeah.
she's there. I don't even remember her name. It was the blonde chick. What was her
Janet.
name? Janet. He goes, "Yeah, Janet's there," and he goes, "Well, she's gone. She's there now. You don't want to be there.
You don't want to be there, man.
Me, I've been there, but I got out of there." I think it's pretty funny that it's just
had
called
to get out
there.
of there.
I hope they
Some
keep-
fucking vitamins, man.
I hope they keep calling it there. I feel like they call it Bong World later, but I don't want it to be called Bong World. I want it to be called
They don't
there.
call it Bong World in this one.
No.
They don't say Bong World.
I think that happens later if I remember
Yeah,
right. I like there.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Upside Down.
Exactly. It's just it's there. You know? Well, Alligator decides he's gonna go and smoke and then go into the world because Tommy's like, "Hey, I got out of there before." You know?
He's gonna go there with Tommy's vitamins.
With Tommy's vitamin, because that's what Tommy said. I don't know. Does he say something about it?
He just says, "Here's some vitamins, man."
That's literally all he says,
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
That sounds about right. Okay, so he gives
He
him some-
doesn't even necessarily say like, "This is your key to getting out" or anything like that. He's just like, "Here's some vitamins, man."
Yeah, that is what happens. So as that happens, Tommy tells the Bong that he's here to break her. But she goes, "Hey, man, smoke some of this weed." And he's like, "Oh, okay, man." And then he goes, wait. No, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to break you. But she has an actual force field.
Yeah, hammer doesn't work.
I think that's cool.
Chainsaw doesn't work.
And they do the thing legitimately where he goes to hit it and it like, you know, kind of
Yeah.
reflects him off like it does like the invisible wall
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's
I like
fun, man.
that. I like that. It was
It's good
cool.
shit.
And Tommy Chong pulls out a literal bomb,
Yeah,
like a terrorist bomb.
like TNT strapped to a fucking alarm clock.
Yes, there's wires hanging out of it everywhere. There's like one red button or something. I don't fucking know. It's crazy. And unfortunate for him, the bong shoots smoke out of the top of it, which again, this is when we see that the top works. So there's no
Yep.
way that would ever feasibly work as intended.
I'm not sure what the chambers look like inside, but I'm confused about the construction of this thing.
Does not work. And it gets him too high to commit an act of terrorism that would have definitely destroyed the entire apartment building along with every person inside of it.
I didn't even think about that.
Would not have just killed the bog. He would have took that entire block out.
Oh my god!
It would have been
you're
hundreds
right.
of dead people,
You're
if
so
not
right.
thousands. Like he would have been one of the worst terrorists that the U.S.
Oh
has
my
ever
God.
seen.
Dude, that's hilarious. That's true.
It's insane. It's
Evil Bong's
absolutely
kind of a
insane.
good. EB's kind of a good guy.
Yeah, EB stopped a natural disaster that wasn't natural. It was natural for Tommy Chong because he didn't even think it was an issue.
EB's anti-terrorism.
100%.
That's crazy, dude.
And then we get a random cameo from Bill Moseley.
We get Bill Moseley.
A very clean-shaven Bill Moseley. He looks like how he did in what was that one musical?
That's exactly what I
What was
thought he
that
looked
stupid
like.
fucking Phantom of the Megaplex.
No, Repo,
Repo the
right?
Genetic Opera. Yeah. He kind of just hops up and he's like, "Hey, dude, bongs are crazy. You ever heard of a? I'm gonna leave."
He's literally credited as Bong World guy.
Yeah, that's all he is.
He's not another character. He's just there to be Bill Moseley
That's like-
and say, "I'm trapped in Bong World."
There's like 4 different people who walk up that are just like, "Hey, kid,
Yep.
smoke.
How do I get out of here?
How do I leave? How'd you get here?"
Yep.
And they just leave. That's it.
That's like a whole like segment of the movie.
And Charles Band even talks about it. He's just like, "Yeah,
It's like,
but
we got walk-ons from so-and-so and walk-ons from this motherfucker.
what's a walk-on?"
Apparently a cameo, I guess.
And I feel like all the people that he mentioned and showcased when he was saying that, like Bill Moseley wasn't even one of them. Like he was
No,
mentioning
he didn't even bring up Bill Moseley.
No, he never talked about him. I was like, that's the one you should probably
That's the
mention.
one that you should be excited about.
It's the one that people know about. He was in Texas
What the
Chainsaw
fuck?
2 for sure by this. He was in many other things.
No,
but,
he's
like,
more concerned about people who played characters in his old movies.
like this is 2006. So many roles that Bill Moseley have done.
man, not
have done.
not important.
Have
not
do,
important.
Do
Have do.
The bong eventually makes its way into the world with the rest of them, and it says that its plan is to fill the world's oceans with bong water. And honestly, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross, man.
I don't want to live in that world. That legitimately is a supervillain plan.
EB, don't do that.
That is evil as shit.
Please don't do that, EB.
I'm not into it.
Nah.
It's disgusting.
We don't like that.
No, it pisses me off. So everyone that was previously killed by the bong just comes back because they all ate vitamins. You know, like alligator just walks around. And he goes, "Here, eat this vitamin." He goes,
Well,
"Hey, Janet,
Tommy
you want to get
Chong-
into that a little bit? Because I feel like nothing happened there. If I'm being
Let's
completely
figure this
honest.
out, right? Let's
Okay.
figure this out.
Does they ever figure out they ate vitamins?
They ate the vitamins.
fucking
I don't think the
stupid.
vitamins had anything to do with anything. How does Tommy Chong?
I feel like Tommy Chong gave them all vitamins before they woke up.
No. Tommy
No?
Chong blows up the bong inside of the bong world.
Yeah, but he stayed, so I don't think that's what kept him. I think it was the vitamins. Because when
But
Tommy
how did
Chong
that help everybody else?
when Tommy Chong came back, alligator goes, "Well, how are you gonna get back?" "Well, I only have 2 vitamins." He goes, "Nah, man, it's cool. Like, do your thing." And I think Tommy was doing that on some hero shit, and he had more vitamins, and he was just like giving the vitamins to the other ones, and then he blew up. I know I'm making this whole backstory, but that's how I've always felt about
I
this.
love how you
Maybe
have an entire piece of fucking fan fiction
Look, maybe
that you
I'm-
consider the actual lore of the movie.
This is canon. This is canon in my brain. All right, man. What do you have?
No, we'll stick with that. We'll say that there were more vitamins.
Because Tommy didn't come back, so I don't think the blowing up brought everyone else back. Tommy's still in there.
But here's the thing. If you
And
take
the bong didn't blow up.
if you take a
Bong's
vitamin,
fine.
I know.
Oh wait, no, the bong did blow up. They rebuilt it in the next movie.
Oh, really?
It legitimately blew
I
up.
thought it just blew up in the bong world.
No, I think it legitimately blew up because they rebuilt it in the next one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was trying to say is it kind of like Freddy, where not everything that happens in the bong world actually matters.
Yeah.
Like dying and getting hurt seems to matter because you like lose your life force to eating.
yeah.
But like if he takes the pill in bong world, takes a vitamin, is he physically taking a vitamin with his actual body? Probably not, right?
I don't know.
You still need someone to actually put the real vitamin in your real mouth.
It's like smelling salts.
You
Just,
know what
like,
I mean?
whips you back real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So maybe Tommy was giving everybody vitamins
Mm-hmm.
before he goes back in to blow her up.
No, because he gave him the vitamin to go into the bong world, like with the intention that Tommy wasn't going to be there to get his back, and Tommy didn't plan on going in there at first. Remember,
Right,
he was trying to
wasn't-
break the
he
bong
didn't
from
wanna
out
go
there.
in.
So no, I think they ate the vitamins inside the bong world somehow because I think that's why they didn't want to explain it because they know they couldn't. They were just
Because
like,
none of it makes any sense.
no, they were like, you just eat the fucking vitamins in here, and you're good.
But how does that save everybody else though?
Tommy gives him all the vitamins before he blows up the bong.
Okay, thanks.
That's my thing because we don't see exactly what happens.
It's the only
when-
thing that makes sense.
they-
Everyone who was killed by EB comes back to life.
Here's the timeline. Alligator and Janet eat the vitamins because he had the 2 vitamins, and then Tommy's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go handle the rest." We don't really see what happens, and then we see like we see like that some kind of like explosion or something happens or whatever, but we don't see the exact time of all of it.
Yeah.
And then Alligator and Janet wake up and they're like, "Oh shit, well they didn't make it. Like I don't know what we're gonna do. Like I think they're fucked." But then they come back, and I think that's just to assume like, okay, Tommy got their back.
All right.
You know, like he got them all
Jimbo.
up before he took it out. I don't know. That's my theory.
Makes more sense than the movie.
Yeah, but I'll take that.
That's basically it.
That's about it. There's a little more. Well, Bachman walks upstairs because they still think Bachman's dead at this point because he was the first one that died, so they kind of just
Right.
assume like he's gone, I think. And he's also just the only one that doesn't wake up in the room, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's because, well, he says, "Dudes, I just woke up in the basement in a pile of trash. We must have had the sickest party last night." It's like, no, dude, your friends just threw your lifeless body in the garbage.
Oh, monkey.
That's pretty crazy. Those were your best friends. So it ends with Tommy Chong sitting with 4 chicks with huge tits. And he goes, "You girls want to play with my Hot Wheels?" And he thinks about to say something sexual. He goes, "Hot Wheels." Then he goes, "Vroom, vroom." And then he's like riding them all over their boobs and stuff. And he's
Yeah.
like, "These have some big mountains to climb."
It's pretty ridiculous.
He's just riding them all over their boobs. Yeah, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. So the kill count, I think Tommy Chong is technically dead, and he never really comes back to the movie franchise. I don't see why he would after the first one.
Yeah.
So, like, we don't really know if he died, but I feel like he did. I feel like he sacrificed himself.
It's what is death? Is he ever coming out of Bong World? I don't think so.
I mean, he's never coming back to the series, so I guess technically he's never coming out of Bong World
Right.
as far as it goes, right?
Yeah, and if we consider that to be death, then yeah, he's dead.
I think that's death. I think
Yeah.
Tommy Chong is dead. I mean, there's 8 Bong movies out now, and I don't, to my knowledge, he's not in any of them.
Boom, dead.
So he's dead. So we have 1 kill in this because everyone else comes back.
Yep.
Right? I think. Wait, did Grandpa go into the Bong world? Did he hit the Bong?
No,
He didn't?
no.
Okay. Cool. I think in this.
Grandpa's coming back later.
It's not in the second movie. It's in Evil Bong versus Evil Bong. He's already in the Bong world when they get there. Remember? They show up and they're like, hey, what are you doing here?
He is there,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know why. He's there in this one because Larnell goes, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Wait, he is in there, huh?
That is this one,
So Grandpa is in there.
Why
So
is-
is he in there right now?
I guess.
But he's not dead, I don't think.
Did he even hit it? How did he
Who
get
else
sucked
was
there?
in there? Did anyone else go in there that we're not remembering?
No, that's it.
Grandma wasn't in there, right? It was
No.
just him.
Yeah, just him.
Okay, so I guess Grandpa was in there, but I don't think he's dead. I'm just going to say 1 kill.
Yeah,
I think Tommy Chong is the only one who died.
I think so.
But his
too.
spirit's still there. He's like riding with like his Hot Wheels
yeah,
and
man.
stuff. And that's all he really wanted to do.
Just playing with Hot Wheels and tits for the rest of his life.
So that's cool, man. For the boob count, well, there was a bunch of magazines and posters all over the walls with like boobs on them.
Sure.
I'm just gonna count that as 1 altogether because like you're still seeing boobs in a movie, but I'm not gonna count all of those individually. I don't know which were the
Yeah.
same. I don't know what's going on. So 1 there, and then 4 physical people there with their boobs out. So in
Yep.
total, I'm gonna do a 5 on the boob count. We had 1
5
kill and 5 pairs of boobs.
Lots of boobs for no
Boob
kills.
count outweighed the kills this time around. So as for the sequels and everything else, we have already done Ginger Dead Man 1 was just a long time ago. I've never done it with like James and Tough Guy. Maybe we will. Maybe like at the end of this or something. You know, it was like
We'll
a run through again.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll just do it as like a quick overview in one of them or something. I don't know. But so we technically already did 1. Last week we did Ginger Dead Man 2.
Yep.
Right now we're doing Evil Bong. Next up we're gonna do Evil Bong 2. And I think we're gonna do Ginger Dead Man 3 after that. And then Evil Bong 3. Or maybe vice versa, one of the two. We might do Evil Bong like 1 to 3 in a row, you know?
Sure.
And then that, but something like that. And then after that, Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. And then it's pretty much just all Evil Bong after that. And then there's Ginger Weed Man somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And then Evil Bong 888. And I think with this Ouija's one, I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it and see if Evil Bong's in it and figure out if that's gonna be part of our watch through as well.
Sure.
I'm not gonna do everything in the world that just has it in it. If there's like other full moon movies that have it in it, you know. But if this one does, just because it's in the special edition set, I
Yeah.
feel like we might do that.
It's got to be close enough.
It has to be there,
right?
There's no
Yeah.
way they make a movie like all about weed like that. He said he made Ouija's is basically he wanted to make Critters Ghoulies, but weed.
Weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that.
Evil Bong's got to have a huge part of that.
It has to be a big thing. You
Come
know?
on, EB.
I can't imagine it isn't. So we're probably doing that too. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of the episodes that you're going to hear for a while.
Get there.
We're going to be doing like soon, I think soon. We're going to probably do a couple of these every like maybe not every week, but you know like maybe every other week or something like
Right.
that just so we're not doing this like forever
Yeah.
because this is going to it's probably once it starts annoying me, I want to start doing them 2 a week. Once it starts to feel like it's going to start annoying us, you know? Just whenever one of us starts to break,
Yeah.
we're going to start doing these faster. Would you recommend Evil Bong?
I would recommend Evil Bong.
I think it's a worth watch,
Yep.
you know?
I think it is a fun stoner comedy. Is it amazing? Absolutely not. But is
No.
it a fun stoner comedy? Yeah.
But I also think it's one of those movies that just like, it's like teeth and rubber and other shit like that, you know? It's one of those movies that you need to see at least once just to be able to talk about it in reference because I feel like enough people that talk about like weird horror movies, they're going to bring up Evil Bong at some point. Like, hey,
Yeah.
have you seen that movie about that killer bong, you know? You always need to see a movie that has a weird killer inanimate object.
I agree with that.
So I always recommend it just for the fuck of it. Tough Guy, what about you? Do you recommend Evil Bong?
Yeah, I'd recommend it. It had a lot of good music in it. I mean, you know, it was a ripoff, but it was still
A lot of
fitting the
ripoff
vibe.
music.
It was fitting the vibe, is what I mean.
We actually never even mentioned that in the beginning of this movie, they play a song that's like, Jane, Jane, Mary
Oh,
Jane.
my God.
They're going to continue to play that in every single Evil Bong movie that I've
Lean
watched at
green,
least.
Wicked weed.
Yep, there you go. I've heard that song at least in the next like 4 or 5 that I've
Oh
watched.
boy.
So I'm pretty sure it's just in every single one of them. It's
Yeah.
safe to assume. Why would you give up 5 in?
Oh my God.
It's just all of them. So when you're like, I guess when you're watching them, like, you know, maybe if you watch these as they released and you never watch them again, it might not be that as annoying. It might be like, oh, hey, there's that song again.
Oh, yeah, it's
If
the song.
You're watching them in a row, it gets real annoying.
Yeah.
It gets real fucking annoying. Well, you know, it's my favorite song now. So what do we all rate this? What are you thinking, James?
I give this 3.5.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Yeah. I think
Wow.
it's good.
I like it a lot, huh?
I like this movie.
I feel like
I've watched it quite a few times, and I like it.
I give it a 2.5, and I'm kind of like bouncing between 2.5 and 3 because I don't feel like it's a great movie, but I do have very fond memories of it. I'm just like, it's good. Like, I don't think it's up on like the best B movie level, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's, yeah, that's just it. You know, it's definitely not amazing. So I can't even talk about that other side of it, but it's just fine. You know, it's a good movie. Like, I'd rewatch this, and I have rewatched this many times. I'd probably, like, as high as I'd go is 3. Probably, but
Yeah.
like I think I feel comfortable at 2.5 right now. Like it does drag.
Yeah.
It drags at times.
I think the further I go in the series might make me change my mind, but I feel like as this movie standing on its own, I haven't watched nearly as many of them as you have. 3.5.
That could be the reason too, because if you asked me this even a couple weeks ago, because I remember liking this movie a lot, I
Right.
thought it was like 3.5, 4 stars in my head.
Yeah.
Maybe it is because I just very recently rewatched, or not even rewatched, for the first time. I think I've watched like maybe 2 and 3 before,
Yeah.
but I just actually watched them, and I sat down and I watched like 5 of them in a day.
That's a lot.
So I think that might
You
have
might
had something to do with it.
Yeah, but you also have maybe a more educated, you know.
I don't know, man. But yeah. The
What
first
if
Evil
you-
Bong, though, is cool. What about you, tough guy? What do you think? You like this thing?
Yeah, I'd give it a 3. I feel like I couldn't watch this on any day. I definitely have to be in the mood for it.
To be
But,
fair, you were asleep a lot of the time.
Yeah, there was yeah, but it's kind of just kind of chilling watching it.
Did you watch this a different time, or was this the first time you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched parts of it before.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I have a fuck, marry, kill, and this is actually for both of you guys. Tough guy, I want you to get involved in this too. We have the Bong, alligator, and the assortment of men in suits that exist in the Bong world, aside
Oh,
from Bill
fuck.
Moseley. Those are your options.
I kill the men.
Kill the men. Yes. Tough guy, who do you kill? He said
The
yeah.
men as well. Yeah.
Also the men?
Yeah.
You got a next one, tough guy, while he's thinking? What else you doing?
I'll marry the Bong.
You marry the Bong?
Yeah.
Then you'll fuck alligator?
Yeah.
You
I think I
gonna-
can get away with it.
That disgusting guy?
Yeah,
He
I'm
looks
gonna-
way better in real life. I saw his IMDb
I know,
picture and I was
right?
like, holy shit. There's no way that's this guy. Crazy. That's
Yeah,
so crazy.
I think I have to flip it. I'm gonna fuck the Bong and I'm gonna marry alligator.
I mean, you lube it up enough. Lube it up enough. Lube it up enough.
Hey, never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you don't say that. I don't know what you're saying, but don't say that. So, as for reviews of this on Letterboxd, I only had one that I was really interested in. It was a 1-star review from Allie that said there are 7 of these.
Now there were 8.
All right, so James, you saw Violent Night the other night, and I bailed out on you.
Yeah,
Yeah, how was it?
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what'd you like about it?
Jim Hopper's great. Sorry, David Harbour's great.
All I ever call him is Jim Hopper.
I know, and it's probably bad because I should try to like let him be himself.
Man, if I was like Jim Hopper, I'd be fine with people always calling me Jim Hopper. Like, right? Like, I wouldn't even be mad
You're
about it.
right.
I'd be like, this is cool.
Yeah, it's
a cool
you're right.
character.
You're right. But yeah, man, he's great. There's good kills, lots of violence. It's not that scary.
No.
I wish I would have taken my kid. Like
Yeah.
he's old enough, he would have thought it was really cool.
Oh, okay.
Like it's bloody for sure, and some parents might say that what I'm saying is insane, but I have a 10-year-old boy. Like he likes Mortal Kombat and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
He would have really fucked with that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen it. There was just like I fully planned on it, and then some things happened. I'll tell you, like off air. But yeah, I do still want to see it. And then it popped up that it was like rentable now, but I want to see it in theaters. I feel like is it a fun theater experience?
It was a really fun theater experience.
Yeah,
I might do it again.
I need to see it. I'd be down to see it again, like if we could do it again.
Yeah.
And hopefully I don't bail again this time. But we'll see. You never know. The night's young. So anyway, this is around the end of the episode. So this is where we discuss our live shows, bonus episodes, social presence, and all that fun stuff. I do want to say that Discord, I feel like, is starting to pop a little bit more lately. I know you're not on Discord too much.
I need to
personally,
get
but
in there. I go through. I get on there for one day and I'm super active, and then I don't do it for months.
See, that's my thing too, though, and I know I'm like the person that is the only like remaining like original co-founder of the show, so like I probably should be more active and stuff like that. But there was a time where I very much was, and now I kind of pop off and on and whatnot. But I think it's getting a little more active now, and it's because we are starting to get a little more active with like our live streams and other stuff like that. And Tough Guy over here, our producer, I mean, he's more active in the Discord than any of us.
Shout out Tough Guy.
And he's kind of keeping it going right now and like running it in a way.
Give
and,
yourself the applause.
Yeah, give yourself an applause, man.
I'll just clap for myself.
Yeah, he'll just clap.
I was gonna
Do
say.
do the Snop Dog.
The Snot Dog?
Yeah, do Snop Dog.
Yeah, you already know.
Snop
I'm
Dog.
watching the television program.
That's my favorite soundbite. It's my favorite soundbite. That's so funny. That's so funny. But yeah, Discord's been going good. So if you guys want to join the Discord, I know you could join automatically if you go on Patreon, but you don't have to donate. If you want to just like email us or even like message us on like Instagram or like anything else, like we could just send you a quick invite
we'll
to the
get you in there.
Discord. You don't need to pay anything for that. But on Patreon, if you do want to pay for like bonus episodes and other stuff, like speaking of all that, or if you just want to get thanked on an episode, that's also where you do that. You could just donate like $1 if you want to get a thanks. You don't have to spend like any like certain amount of money. It's just whatever you donate. But for all the other stuff, speaking of Snop Dog, that little sound that you just heard right now, that sound is from Parental Control, and I think we need to incorporate that into the Patreon, or maybe it's just going to be a whole nother thing that we do soon. It's already on some of the Patreon, like I've been posting some me watching Parental Control, like me and Tough Guy and some other stuff, but I think that needs to be incorporated, or maybe it's just going to be a whole other thing that we do. Maybe it'll just be some stuff that we just post on YouTube. But like for now, you can find some of that on Patreon. You can find like a bunch of other bonus stuff. Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt. We do a bonus episode. There's the Jim and Kim Power Hour right now.
Yeah.
Next month. I don't know what we're doing next month. Maybe Killer Sofa or something like that. We've been teasing that forever.
That's true.
We do a bunch of cool stuff there. We record some Amityville stuff and whatnot and all that. That's all on patreon.com/horrorsoup. And we're doing live streams a lot more right now. We're actually live streaming this episode that we recorded right now. So sometimes we're recording actual podcast episodes like the ones that you're listening to right now.
Yeah, I got some shout outs for you.
Okay, what do you got?
Here you go, right here.
Read them. What is all
Well,
this?
we got
I don't know what's going on in the chat right now.
Krusty Twist.
Okay.
Shout out.
Okay. They're not saying things. This doesn't help for a podcast. He's telling me to shout out emojis that people are putting in the fucking are there cheers? Are those like donations or something?
Yes,
kind of
you're
thing?
on the. We're talking
okay,
Patreon.
so shout out for the donations. Like
Shout
that's
out
cool. And
Krusty-
Twitch, but like you gotta
Krusty
tell me what's going on.
Quiz.
I haven't been looking at the Twitch chat this whole time. We're talking
This
about
is the
a
first time we're seeing
podcast.
any of this shit.
I thought it was pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here, Tough Guy. Let me lay it down.
All right.
People are listening to us on an audio platform. You got to think about what you're saying. That people are gonna listen. People listen to this and they hear Tough Guy going, "Hey, look at this! Shout out!" That's what they hear. That's what the people are hearing
man,
that are
we're
listening.
Getting it. We're getting
No,
it.
this is awesome though. Like you guys are great.
We're
The
getting
Twitch is
it.
going off right now. People
We're
are talking in
figuring it
chat.
out.
People are saying things.
We're millennials. We don't know how Twitch works. You gotta help us,
Tough Guy's
Caleb.
the worst. Hey, a first-time chat from Sukpazuk. I can't read that. This is far from me. But shout out. If you want to be a part of our
You
live
need back
streams,
over
though,
here so you can see the fucking screen.
it's fine. If you guys want to be a part of the live shows and whatnot, we watch stuff, we do live podcasts, we just do a bunch of other things. Like we record bonus content that we're doing like on Patreon. So if you don't want to like, pay for the Patreon, but you still want to see stuff we do, it's not everything we do over there, obviously. There's still like the people that are on Patreon, guys, like you're not just paying for nothing. Like you're getting a bunch of shit. But the people on Twitch, like we do record some stuff over there too. Because, it's fun. It's fun to do it with an audience, like a live thing, and get the reactions and whatnot. So we're doing all of that on twitch.tv/horrorsoup. And if you want to keep up with everything else we do, we're on Instagram at horrorsoup, Twitter at horrorsoup our Letterboxd, mine is horrorsoup Caleb, James is at Night Shift Video, and Tough Guys is at vibes_Cleveland. That's VIBES, not with a Z. And Cleveland is spelled CLEVELAND. You should know how to spell that. And our TikToks, mine's at horrorsoup, Tough Guys at Tough Guy Horror Soup, and James is at Night Shift Video. And I think that's about everything. Thank you to Ross Lee for supplying the show with intro and outro music, and thanks to Tom, the Mutant Members Only Club, for providing a ton of music that we just use all the time. If you're looking at the video version of this show, that intro is always Tom. If you're on the audio version, the intro and the outro is always Ross Lee.
Right.
But if you are in the video version, the Nuts for Your Guts, that's Tom, the Mutant Members Only Club.
Mutant Members Only
That's
Club.
what you're hearing. So yeah, guys, cool episode. Hopefully this one wasn't insanely long. Evil Bong, man. We'll be back with Evil Bong 2 next week. And that's it.
Evie.
I guess just do like a nothing because we're streaming, right? Show me the chat.
Maybe stop the recording and then we'll just hang out with chat for a minute.
No, you can still record because then we'll
cool.
just see. I'll just edit it later. Yeah,
All right,
we'll just
perfect.
you want to do it? Put an episode of Parental Control on.
We gotta do Twilight Zone.
We gotta watch that.
Yeah.
We can't watch that on stream.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I
copyrighted.
keep forgetting. Dang it.
We have to do that like not on stream and then like talk about it.
I get that and Tails confused.
Yeah.
Every time.
Mm.
Hold on, I got this because
Ethan Klein, grape soda.
I was just curious on
Press
what was going on here.
What?
You have to tell me if it's.
What am I hearing?
Brand of humor and music this Saturday night.
Turn this.
at
I can't hear it.
Square.
Turn it up.
Yeah, I got
And
it.
I'm excited, and these guys are really excited, right, guys?
The hell is this? Oh, I got an email that says congrats
That's
on your
Click the
first
Rising Star,
donation
Saturday night
on
at
Twitch. Is that
Square,
what that is? That what you were showing?
That's what that was, bro.
476.
Thanks, guys.
6090.
Tough Guy made it very
Right,
confusing
guys?
for me to thank you guys because we're doing a show. And I was like, I don't know what I'm seeing. He just put it on the screen. I was like, what is this? But thank you. What
You're
is
gonna have to
this?
Turn that way up. Unless my headphones are broken.
Yeah, this is so quiet. Can it go up anymore?
Like way up.
Yeah, like a lot. Like I can barely hear this. You can turn my headphones up at this point, honestly.
Whatever. Okay.
What is this? White guy reggae?
Yep.
What is this? What's happening?
White guy reggae.
This is Charles Band? Something? Put this in that trash can next to you.
Tough Guy, what the fuck is happening?
What is going on? I have no idea what's happening.
Help us understand.
He's just smiling over there. He's not saying
You
anything.
can barely hear it. What am I
I
waiting
can hear it
for?
now. Turn his headphones up or something. Oh, shit. Oh, not mine. No, I said his. Jesus, turn mine down. What the fuck?
Wait, this is his band?
Who is this?
Oh, this is Sonny Carl Davis's band.
Oh, that's Rabbit.
Where is he?
That's Rabbit. Is he the drummer?
I don't know. I'm not
Well,
sure.
I don't know. I guess because he's.
Nah, he can't be
I don't
that
think
guy.
so.
Let me see the face again. Put it on like the right side, like you know, like take it over. No, like grab the top and then pull it to the right side of the screen. Yeah, there you go. So I can just see his face. You could drag it over more too. You just gotta grab it in the right spot.
It's not him.
More, so I can see like all their faces if they pop up.
Austin,
Like
Texas.
just do it like it. Yeah, there you go. Is he the one with the glasses?
Might be the bass player.
I feel like I'm just looking for the nose right now because
That
that's the
kinda
only
looks like
distinctive
him, yeah.
feature I can see. How'd you find this? It just said like in his thing that he
It's
made
in
music or
his-
something?
Yeah, it's in an IMDb that he's in this
Oh yeah,
band.
musical comedy. Wait, oh, musical comedy? What are they singing about? It didn't seem funny, it just seemed like music.
This is this song right here, though. Eddie.
Eddie
Or is that right?
Main is my yard man.
Or is it
I'm
not?
sure
Yeah,
that means
is it
something
yard
to
man?
someone, but that means something to me.
I'm with it.
He's the world's best yard man I could never replace.
Which one is he? Is this him?
I don't
I
know.
think he's the-
Does it say what he
What
plays
the
in that?
fuck?
What? So that's why it's comedy music, I guess.
Some weird ass guy just walks around in the middle of the fucking
What
set
the fuck is this? Rainbow Carrot Top?
doing a fucking has the sex demon face from that Filthy McNasty.
Filthy McNasty? What the fuck is going on? Oh, they said they want alerts on. Do you mean like alerts on the screen?
Yeah, we do need.
I can put those on. I just don't put them on because we do live podcasts and stuff.
We don't
Here,
have
you
any
keep
of
watching
that.
this. I'll
What
help
the
Tough Guy set it
fuck
up.
is that? What is he doing? It's so dark I can't even fucking tell what's going on anymore. He's just in the crowd, fucking with people. I'm convinced that the rainbow carrot top is our guy. I don't think he has any musical talent. I think he's just this crazy fucker.
Is that really him?
I think so, man. I don't know who else it would be.